Patch 2513 notes for gay people. Welcome to the official MSI patch in the beginning of Act 2 of Spirit Blossom Beyond. Our big ARAM update is finally here, and at last you can jump right into Cohesion's Crossing or Butcher's Bridge and scuffle it up and down that singular lane. Arena is also back this patch and for a whole year. Wow. If you were sad it left, the pits are open again and calling for you. The Battle Pass XP changes we shared in the last notes are also now in, so get to grinding those mastery missions for that sweet Battle Pass XP. And our changes for Summoner's Rift are mostly small tweaks and follow-up to the last patch, buffing up Rammus and land a little weaker, injecting some early teamfight power into Kindred, yay! And making small adjustments to recently changed champions like Vitus, Fate, and Italy. Brawl is gone, Arena's here. There's a new voice actor on Summoner's Rift, I think. And then also, I've played new ARAM, the Butcher's Bridge. We played it earlier, and it is very fun. New ARAM is cool. I love the new picking system. It's great, and the new maps are going to be fun. So let's look into it. So starting this patch, we're adding 2 new maps to the ARAM map pool to bring a bit more variety and excitement to each game from now on through 25... Wait, it's not forever. You'll load into one of 3 maps, each with their own unique look alongside slight gameplay and terrain differences to keep each game feeling fresh. The maps will be your classic Howling Abyss, the new Crossing, and the returning favorite Butcher's Bridge. So you can see on this map, this is the new Crossing map. It has portals that cross mid, and on top of that, there's this little nook up here with bushes and a wall. And then on this, the Butcher's Bridge, this is like the normal map, except there's this alcove here that has a flower from Arena that allows you to get your ultimate cooldown back. It's a really cool neutral objective, and on top of that, you have cannons that shoot you into the map. I also like that. Which map you play on will be decided at random, with everyone finding out as soon as you get into the loading screen. They won't change based on the patch or anything else. Given the maps only have minor gameplay differences, you won't need to stress about having the right champion for each map, as there really isn't a right champion. Simply pick the champion you want and play whichever map you land on. The only champion who I think really changes on these maps are like wall champions, right? So like Fiddlesticks, Kiana, Viego, Bard, Zeri, Zoe, like champions who could shoot their stuff through walls or interact with walls. But they have something to do on all of these maps. We're also updating rerolls. This is the best change. By changing them into something we call champion cards. Champion cards will help you get more champions more consistently. At the start of each lobby, we will be presented with 2 options to choose from, and whoever you don't pick will go to the bench. If you're lucky, you could even get a 3rd champion. Cool. So this is great. This means that rerolls aren't a thing anymore. Everyone just gets 2 champions. I love this. Nice. Arena's back. That's cool. I don't really play Arena. Battle Pass. I don't really care about Battle Pass XP or missions. I already finished it. Windows compatibility. We'll be removing the ability for players to launch League of Legends or TFT in compatibility mode. Why? After hitting the play button in the Riot client while compatibility mode is enabled, a pop-up will appear. Why? Okay. Reporting updates. We've added a new rank manipulation. Oh! Previously, when someone went to report someone for boosting or purposely deranking, players would have to select a random category to report this behavior. So we've added a new report option as we continue our work towards better combating these behaviors. If you see accounts in your matches that are inappropriately placed, please report those for this new option. Boosting deranking is not okay. Cool. The intentional feeding report category has also been renamed to disruptive gameplay to more accurately describe. Oh, I like that as well. This is a good, I like this. Disruptive gameplay is good. It also changes the vernacular, which I find very annoying, of the use of the word int, which I even use. But like int, people say int anytime somebody dies, but int means intentional, and it's not always intentional. So I like this change. Players will now no longer receive AFK penalties if they reconnect to the match in progress and win. We've also adjusted the reported feedback notification period after reporting a player from 14 days to 3 days to keep the notifications more relevant, period. Cool. So I like these system changes. I like the ARAM changes. I like the report system changes. These are good. And for those of you who haven't finished the Battle Pass, good luck. Now we've Briar. Briar, W attacks no longer can be canceled. We've hunted down some awkward bugs on Briar that should improve how she feels to play. So now you can't cancel your attacks. This prevents her from sometimes canceling attacks when chasing fast-moving enemies or into bushes and stuff like that. Or you know what I mean. Chilling Scream. Cast time after channel 0.25, scaling down with attack speed to 0.15. Cool. Sure. Fiddlesticks, W damage increase. Fiddlesticks is struggling a bit in the jungle, so we're giving it some gold scaling power that shouldn't affect its support efficacy too much. So the AP ratio is up 5%. This won't change anything. Support Fiddlesticks really took over. Fiddlesticks is a champion that will always be on the board. From now on, will always be on the border of OP, and it will always be balanced around support. So people discovering support Fiddlesticks is just too much for solo queue. So I don't think this champion can ever be strong in the jungle again without also being strong bot lane. Sad. Gangplank. Experienced Gangplank players are opting for some mana solves in early game, and this is indicative of his play pattern not being supportive in early game. We're massaging some of his early game and giving him a small alt CD buff as he appears to be underperforming. So the mana cost is down 5 at all ranks, and the R cooldown is down 10 at all ranks. Whatever. I never see this champion, but keep massaging Gangplank. That's hot. Aurelia, we love her. Aurelia's got some room to be a more powerful fighter, and we'd specifically like to make her better at her skirmisher outputs of repeated damage without being as reliant on items to carry that power budget. So we're juicing up her early game passive power to make her able to scrap and trade autos early on against other melee champions. That's crazy. I feel like Aurelia already is one of those champions that like power spikes like as the second wave is crashing. Especially, yeah, I feel like she's, I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but when I play Aurelia, I like usually have push on the first wave, and then I usually am able to enable that to get push on the second wave. But let's see. Attack speed per stack is up early, but caps out at the same, and max attack speed up early, and then attack speed not dynamically updates. Cool, so she's just buffed early. That's nice. Wow. Okay, Kindred. We love this. We think Kindred could be an exciting niche jungle pick at MSI this year, and we're currently... Oh, yeah, this is the MSI patch. And they currently have... Oh, they properly gendered them, too. They currently have enough room to receive a buff without harming regular play, so we're attempting to give them some more power specifically geared towards coordinated play. So, ult cooldown down 20 seconds at level 6. You love to see that. This 3-minute cooldown is sinister. Nidalee. Nidalee's buffs from last patch still left her a touch weaker than we'd like. Wow. And we're still looking to buff her jungle much more than top lane. We think her signature spell could stand to pose more of a threat. So the damage increase based on distance is up, and the distance required for damage amp is unchanged. I don't know why they... If it's unchanged, why did they... Okay, whatever. Rammus. Rammus's update was successful in making him much more consistently useful, but we shot a little low on his power level. We'd like to buff him back up and specifically re-enable the choices he used to have around what ability to max first. We're giving him some generic durability and empowering defensive ball curls rank up as a way to ensure he can opt into being the tankiest armadillo he could be. So health growth up 6 and bonus armor and MR scales. That's nice. I don't really ever see Rammus, but cool. Rise. Oh my god, I just lost against a Rise. This champion felt OP. Rise is currently stronger than he ought to be and risks taking over the mid lane pool at MSI this year, so we're delivering a small nerf to its early laning phase, where his opponents don't have much room for counterplay. Cool. So his W, which he usually takes at level 1 to be annoying, is having its damage down by 10. That's nice. And his mana cost is up by 10 early, but down late. Okay, this is a great change, the mana. Twisted Fate, our cooldown increased. Twisted Fate's buffs from last patch overshot our goals, and now he's arguably the strongest mid laner in the game. So his R cooldown's up 10 seconds at every rank. Whatever. Vi. Last patch's rank up adjustments significantly increased her overall win rate due to aligning ability incentives with what the majority of her players were already doing. Now that that misalignment's been solved, we're back to nerf her out of the #1 jungle slot at MSI this year. Vi's shield durability has historically been one of her most pro-skewed levers, as the shield isn't always chewed through in 1v1s that are more likely to happen, as opposed to the more teamfighting nature of pro. Our hope is that the combination of these last few patches leaves Vi at a similar place. Okay, so shield's down. That sucks. But yeah, she's perma-ban in pro play. Yorick, base armor decreased. All right, well, this champ's annoying, so I'm happy. Cool. ARAM balance changes. I don't care. This is ARAM, right? I don't care. And then we have Sanctum and Mythic Shop updates. Yes, you're seeing that right. This is Spirit Blossom Morgana. Spirit Blossom Morgana will be arriving in the Sanctum 2513. We're also adding in the following to the Mythic Shop: In Bloom Nexus Finisher. Oh, wow. And in the palm of my hand, Spirit Blossom Morgana animated emo. Cute. And then we're buffing Mythic Essence in the Sanctum. I don't care. Client shop skin preview test. Some of you might notice a new skin preview in the client that we're currently testing when viewing new Spirit Blossom or Ink Shadow skins. Not everyone will see this as we're just testing the feature. This test will run for 1 or 2 patches, then we'll be turning it off. Well, shall we go see if we're one of those people? Am I one of the lucky ones? Well, we'll never find out. No, I'm not. This isn't what it's supposed to be, right? Ink Shadow. Like it, I imagine it's supposed to be like an in-game. Okay, well. And then we have bug fixes, and then we have the Prestige and Spirit Blossom skins. These are very exciting, cool. Anyway, cool patch. Very small patch. It's a pro play patch. So we see Vi, Twisted Fate, Rise, Yorick, Nerf. These are all champions in pro play. And then the buffs aren't really significant. Like Kindred, like Aurelia, Gangplank, Nidalee, Fiddlesticks aren't significant. The Rammus buff is nice. And other than that, that's nothing. Easy patch.